What's up guys, Ronaldo here and welcome. Today I want to show you guys Kigiri. Most of you guys already know about him. He's gonna be the next limited character and I really want to go over why everyone should save up for him. There's mainly three reasons that I want to talk about why you should save up for him instead of other heroes, even though there are many strong banners coming on the way. So let me get right into it. So the thing about Kigiri is that unlike some of the other limited heroes, he will be amazing from the get-go, right? We have, for example, units like Dahlia or Anora, where we're like, okay, the Dahlia range can be nice. She's good, but she's okay, right? She's good, nice to have, not a must-have. Then we have units like Anora, same case. She has good benefits, probably for future content, amazing stuff with her freeze ability as well, and good damage, right? Don't get us wrong, and also a summoning increased damage. But they're not really necessary. Then we had Lust, who was the only other hero, limited hero that I was like, yeah, everyone needs her. And I'm on the same page for Kigiri as well. Everyone needs him for a few reasons. So first up already, he's gonna be extremely viable and limited, meaning if you have to choose between the two heroes, let me put them on the test here. This mad lad here with the Invic buff, right, who is gonna be amazing, or you're gonna go for Kigiri, right? I would always go for Kigiri over Baba. Simply because Kigiri, in my opinion, is just way more valuable for not only his limited aspect, and we already see how much value it has to be a limited hero with Lust. Now Lust of course has some other benefits going for her, but so does Kigiri. So let's go over Kigiri's benefits and not about Lust's. So first up, Kigiri, we have him limited. The second thing is that he is gonna be amazing for Guild Boss 2, Semrah Apocalypse 2. He's gonna make the shield stage a piece of cake, right? They're gonna change how the dispelling works. On the test server it's changed, on Forerunner I think maybe as well already. But the dispelling from Lucius will be viable, and then the Kigiri dispelling will be viable as well. Now you might be like, okay, well, if dispelling from Lucius is gonna be viable, I can just use him for dispelling instead of Kigiri. Yes and no. I have Lucius, I will still go for Kigiri any day of the week, simply because his dispelling is more frequent than Lucius. He has a higher uptime, is a very low ult. On top of that, he can trigger the talent from auto attacks, and on top of that, he has dual faction and two amazing factions on top of that for both Apocalypse 2. So they're all tailored for Apocalypse 2 as well, right? You have Bleed as well, which is amazing to have. So you can put him in for the Zalazars, for example. He brings many things for that boss fight, for example, right? We have him being a Watcher and Nightmare unit, making him very flexible, right? You can use him in Watcher teams, you can use him in Watcher Nightmare teams as a Nightmare unit, and so forth. You can slot him into various positions. On top of that, we have to consider one thing for the Guild Boss 2 though, and that is he is a utility hero. Keep that in mind. For Guild Boss 2, even though his damage is great, I'm gonna go over his damage in other content that I've tested so far. His damage is great. He's gonna be a utility hero mainly for the Guild Boss 2 because his damage is not gonna be as high as Lady Alexandra's, right? He's not gonna be damage-wise in Guild Boss 2 like Arrogance, Lust, or Silas, Praetus, stuff like that. No, he brings less damage to the table as them. He still brings a good amount of damage, don't get me wrong, but he brings the utility. He brings the bleed that deals good amount of damage and increases the damage of the likes of your Lust, of the likes of your Arrogance and so forth. And he brings the dispel, and the dispel is, the uptime on it is insane. Like it is crazy high. Like Semrah will never have a shield up, I can tell you that. Semrah will never have a shield up. And then damage wise, right, he has a huge burst with his ultimate and his Ember and Sweeping Strikes, and he has high attack and high burst windows, not only for Guild Boss 2, but you can also use him very well in other places where Watcher and Infernal, which are two amazing factions, can be utilized. He works very well in a Watcher team, for example, for single target arena. You can use him basically like a Zalazar. Endgame players know what I'm talking about. You want to wipe the last enemy with the Zalazar ult. You can use Kigiri's ult for the Zalazar as well. Also in Nightmare teams, he works well for single target arena. Of course, Nightmare teams are not as good as the top meta teams, but for the Watcher team, I'll show you. I have a two-parter for all the guys that are wondering, oh, when is the Kigiri showcase, Ronaldo? Well, I'm working on it. I told you guys, I promised it. Don't worry. I'm working. It will be a two-parter. First part will be him showing off in arena, and then the second part will also be Guild Boss 2, really how he shines there. He hits like a truck in arena as well. In Guild Boss, he's amazing, mainly for Guild Boss. And on top of that, he's unique. He brings bleed, he brings dispelling, and I think really I went over the things that I wanted to go over with, right? He is first off limited and amazing limited, so that's a big bonus point for him. He has two amazing factions that are perfect for the things that he wants to do, that are in line with the things that he wants to do. That's a big part, right? To have the right factions going for you as well. And third of all, the things he does amazingly. He does good damage. He brings a lot of utility for Guild Boss 2, and outside of Guild Boss 2, he brings a lot of AoE damage, a lot of burst damage for single target as well. Just an amazing hero overall. Make sure to save up for Kigiri. He will be guaranteed. He comes within the next few weeks. I take the leaker's word for it. And with that said, tomorrow will be the first part of the showcase. Don't worry about it. Hope to see you tomorrow as well. I'm Ronaldo. Stay tuned for more, and I'm out. Peace.